Right about here, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to get yourself and your soul together. This man will make your liver quiver.
Welcome to episode 10, Double Digits of Three Dudes Brews. Three Dudes Brews is our weekly journey into the various appreciations of the various craft beer styles and celebration of the good people that bring it to us. I'm your co-host, Buddy Taylor, welcoming you on this journey with us. Before we get into today's brewery or all this fantastic beer, please allow me to welcome you. Welcome. Allow me to welcome the previous man I know. Maybe the second previous man I know as well as probably the first. But Boston Sangaroli.
How's everybody doing? And to my left, we have none other than the doctor, the good doctor here, Dr. Ed Patton.
How you doing, everybody? Ed here again. Today, we are bringing you to a very, very special place near dear to our hearts. Yes, Buddy will be geeking out and being the biggest fanboy you've ever seen on the show to date.
That's why I say next to me.
So, that is. Yeah. But before we do that, let's bring in our guest.
Hi, my name is Veronica Pisak. I'm the general manager here at Long Live Beer Works in Providence. We are in our location located at 40R Sprague Street, in between Elmwood Avenue and Dexter Street. So if anyone's familiar with Providence's West End or the South Side, we're right in between those two neighborhoods, over near Dexter Park. We're super excited to be on the show today.
Yeah,
I'm really honored to be episode number 10 because we turned 10 coming up in just a couple of months.
Oh, wow.
We're super excited.
Coincidence.
We've been in this location going just over 6 years now, but we celebrated 9 years at the beginning of the year. So, we've had a lot of different iterations of the brewery. We've made, I think at this point, over 700 unique different beers in the 9 years.
My word, that's incredible.
And we'll talk a little bit about our styles of, we have core brands that come in the rotation. We have new stuff that comes in, but we've made a lot of beer. We're pretty small, but it's very exciting.
You guys started on West Fountain Street, right?
Yes. So in 2016, our owners, Armando and his partner Jessica DeBry, they opened the what was the original iteration of Long Live Beer Works. It was 850 square foot footprint that included the brew space and the tap room. And luckily, they're both very handy. They're both very design oriented. So they were able to fit a lot into that little space and really made it as functional as possible, and welcoming as possible. We had a small kegerator underneath the bar, and there was only, I think, four or six taps. And now we have 25. So we outgrew that space pretty quickly. We were there for 3 years, and then the opportunity to move here came up, and they took it. We're part of the Rooms and Works complex, so there's other businesses surrounding us, but mostly apartment buildings. Need donuts, which is not a bad place to have. Get some coffee. Great neighbor to have. And so we've been here for over 6 years.
Nice.
Yeah.
My first day of drinking good craft beer, my friend Bill Sutherland took me. He's like, "Whenever you're ready." He's like, "I'm like, dude, I'm ready."
Yeah.
And we went to. We started off with the old barn, that tilted barn.
Yeah.
We did Proclamation. We went to Buttonwoods in the front, where you had that small space in the front of the mill. And we came to you guys on West Fountain Street. And that was, I don't remember what beer it was, but that was like 4 breweries deep. My first big boy beer experience today. But oh my God, I don't know, what from the old school days is still left on the menu?
Yeah, so there's a couple that you'll see regularly, but the All Seeing Eye is part of that core brand. The Hopeless Romantic, Black Cat, which was one of the first beers that we released on opening day. It was a pale ale at that time. It's taken on different iterations as an IPA or a double IPA, or even as we have right now a version of it that's a double dry hopped IPA. So there's been a couple. We've definitely changed some of the recipes, or we've changed some, or we've added more to the collection. Certainly we've added more, but there's certainly a number that remain from that time.
Yeah. So one of the things I think is great is that I know you guys don't have a quote unquote flagship beer. which is fantastic because it's
Armando flagship.
yeah, there's like so many places they're like, oh, this is our flagship. It'll be on the menu forever and a day. And it's like, okay, great. Please do more than, one or two all the time. So it gives you guys that freedom in the room to create and come up with some new things without locking yourselves in, I think.
Yeah.
And the fact that you have 25 taps, that's huge. But
Yeah.
there's a lot of places that, will have under 10, and the fact that you have the ability to have 25 is awesome.
It is funny on a Saturday, we get tons of different types of visitors on a Saturday. People who have been here before, our neighborhood regulars, beer travelers, people who it's their first time in a brewery, their first time here. And I always find it very funny. Our menu has 4 pages to it. It has our beer for here, our beer to go. We also offer non-beer alcoholic options as well as non-alcoholic options. And we have a snack menu on there. So there's a lot on that menu. And it will always be really funny. It happens every once in a while where someone will just be flipping. You kind of give them the lay of the land. Well, they're flipping and they go, is that it? And I go, what are you looking for?
Yeah.
So that's always funny when you're always curious, what else is someone interested in? And, we find a way to get them something.
They're looking for a Bud Light.
That's for blasphemy.
Oh, they better not be looking for a Bud Light.
Came to the wrong place.
Yeah, wrong place. So that brings me to another thing, though. So not having certain things. I mean, do you have certain ones on tap all the time, or is it all encompassing rotation? And then also with that is, do you have folks that come in that want the same thing every time they come in?
Yeah, I mean, we really kind of have two sides to the business that we have to consider. Our tap room, which really does come first and foremost, it's the firstborn child, everyone's favorite child. I say that as the firstborn. It comes first. It's the place that people connect with us. Not only is the place that we ask you to engage with our beer, but we ask you to engage with us or with each other. As a brewery, we still have a bar. We had a bar at our old space. We still have one. It's only 10 seats, but for people that are looking to engage or chat with their neighbor or hang out, it's certainly a great place to do that. And then we also do distribute. So starting about 2 years ago, we entered more into the market of liquor stores, restaurants, so that on-premise as well as off-premise accounts. And that does impact, what people are looking for and the ways in which people look for things, because patterns of those buyers is a little bit different than people coming to the tap room.
Oh, thank you, distributors, for wanting only one type of beer. It's definitely seen. We've all seen it. IPAs rule the market.
Right.
They rule the market. If you're not putting out an IPA in a can for distribution, they're gonna just be like, unless you're doing something really off the wall crazy, you're gonna get overlooked. So that I know. Hops come first here.
Yeah.
So that style and hop forward and being proud of it, I think is remarkable, because so many places we have an IPA, but then they may not be proud of it. Let's say, I'm sure they're all your babies. I get it, guys, calm down.
Yeah.
But, there's always one, I think, that people are kind of forced into making because they have to.
Yeah. Yeah. I think maybe having, I think from our perspective is we do position ourselves as a highly rotational brand, but we also want to be considerate that it is easier for a restaurant to keep consistency or, so we do have to factor that into it. So there are a handful of the brands that we make perhaps a little more frequently. So that kind of helps with both of those challenges, because the things that people like in the market and distribution are also things that people like drinking here. So it's not like they're two different beers that are representing two, different segments of the market. There is a lot of overlap, and for instance, the All Seeing Eye is more regularly available. I don't think anyone is complaining about having more All Seeing Eye in the market, but so that is perhaps something that's available a little more frequently. But our distributor and those accounts that we have also have access to the rest of our brand. So that's also helpful too.
And that's perfect.
Yeah.
I mean, if I see a can sitting on the shelf, I'm grabbing it. Well, I just did the other day. I grabbed the one that was.
I get drawn to restaurants, dude. specifically by their craft beer selection, you know, especially if I'm seeing like Long Live and Proclamation and like these local breweries on the menus at these restaurants. I'm like going there, not just for that steak, but for their beer selection.
Yeah, obviously. We have you know, a good outlook, and you know, hopefully the food matches the quality of the beer. You know, if you're taking the time to pick local good beer versus, you know, some of the big box folks, we won't name any names like Budweiser, and you know, you're getting that in there. Hopefully the food's matching up, right? You put the same love and care into your beer, into your food.
You know, this is very strange. I've never seen anybody fall asleep in here before. My burgers usually keep them awake.
Yeah, because eating here usually gives them nightmares.
Beer just to have beer, but having
And
good beer.
speaking of beer, let's
let's get to the first one.
start with the first one.
He's like he's jumping all around.
Before he
That's
finishes his first flight.
Yeah. This folks is going to be a very difficult challenge for Buddy today, because normally Buddy crushes the flight before like we finish like the first
The conversation, right?
So anyway, with that, cheers, guys.
Yeah,
Let's,
cheers. I'll raise my coffee too. Like I said,
yes.
it's a little early for me for beer. I got to be behind the bar for.
Kids don't try this.
It's a good day drinker. This is one that I might bring north with me in a couple months. Drink this. I'm thinking this is a PBD. Yeah.
This is the PBD pills.
Yeah.
110%.
There's I love this beer. I love this beer so much.
It's light,
and delicious.
Yeah, it's light. It's refreshing. It's
Yeah.
crisp.
It's an Italian style Pilsner, which just simply means it's lightly dry hopped. So it's not something I would describe as like hoppy. And there's certainly a number of our guests who don't like hoppy
I'm not a
things
hop head,
that enjoy
so
this.
that's not me. So
So it's crisp. It's got some of that sweetness.
Look at the lacing already.
Yeah.
One sip, and it's just gorgeous. I love not just the aesthetic of the lacing on the beer glasses and stuff like that, but it's like, hey, it reminds you of where your beer was. It used to be up here. It's almost time for another.
Yeah.
You know, and I do love a good Pilsner. Pilsner's probably my favorite style, aside from sours.
Okay.
Because, you know, Sour Patch Kid generation.
Yeah.
I think most people would think of Long Live and they would think of a double IPA.
Yeah.
You know,
Totally.
because it's you know, there's so many of them on the menu.
Yes.
You know, and if somebody said, "Oh, Long Live," what would I think? Double IPA, double dry hop. So hop heavy hop bombs. But
That's mistaken, though, dude.
Wrong, sir. Wrong.
That's a
Yeah.
mistake.
I know, until you actually come in and you've seen, like you said, you have a 4-page menu.
Yes.
So you have 25 taps. So it's not just 25 double IPA.
Right.
There's so many other things.
You talk about like difference in like their sours. Like they have a whole sour series, you guys. The frozen series. The frozen
There's one I'm walking out with today. There's one that's coming home with me.
I actually right now have 4 sours on draft, and they're all pretty different. They represent 3 different styles. So we have the Frozy Cup, which is a heavily fruited sour. So like
it's a regular series, right?
It is. Yeah. So it's that smoothie texture, really creamy. And
I
then
think that was the first time I've ever had something like that was in here. During the brewski, you know, the time period or whatever.
Yeah.
It was just like, wow. It was something totally different and exciting. And for like your palate, you know, that creaminess, that texture to it, it was almost like drinking like a melted like sherbet.
Yeah,
right.
Totally.
I was like, wow, this is like,
and it's beer.
Yeah,
and that's when people are like, buddy, is this really still beer? Does this test the limits of beer at this point?
Yeah,
having a frozen cup, but I mean, it's absolutely phenomenal.
I mean, you know, there's a lot of flexibility. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of flexibility within the different styles. You know, especially like in the U.S., we have like a lot of like federal regulations in terms of like the production of alcohol, but in terms of the styles that you can do, there's a lot of flexibility. You know, it's not like Germany where it is heavily regulated in terms of like the actual definition of the style. There is definitions because, you know, there's beer competitions and things are judged, and, you know, you do have to be, you know, accurate to sell things in a market. You can't mislabel things, but there's a lot of flexibility within a style. Like a sour is not its own style. It's a larger representation. So the other 2 sours that we have are in our Ghost series. So we have the Ghost Tugs and the Olaf and Tasma. Those are more of like your classic Berliner Weiss, so they're fruited, but not as heavy, not as thick as the Frozy Cup, and they're more tart. And then we have a barrel-aged sour, the Larea, that spent some time in wine barrels, which once we get to this, we'll talk about our barrel aging programs.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that.
Yeah.
You had me at barrel aged.
Yeah. But it's one of those great things, though, that it's like you said, you're known for this. You're known for yes, it's good to be known for your IPAs.
Sure.
No problem at all with that. It's great to be known for your hop selection and what you can do with each variety and how you tweak them. It's fantastic. But folks, when you come into the place, there's so much more. Yeah. So don't think that they're like pigeonholed into this one category of all they make is like heavy double IPAs.
Well, they do have a lot of. I'm not gonna lie, I was one of those guys where I was like, long live. I don't like double IPAs. I don't want to do it. And he'd always be like,
I've been preaching.
Let's go. And I got to twist my arm. And then we came here, and I was like, wow. Like looked at the menu, and I was like, this is an extensive menu. It's like it's huge, and the Frozy Cups and everything else, and ciders. I like some of the lower ABV type of.
It's about flavor,
Yeah.
It's not always about I want to get wrecked at
right?
1 o'clock in the afternoon on a Tuesday.
Get right too. But I mean, you say there's there are a lot of double IPAs. But when I think of like some of my favorite beers of all time, one of my favorite beers of all time, it was I came in here. It was November-ish. I got a growler of it before Thanksgiving dinner. I was going to my aunt's house, and it was Bad MF from Hell. Right. I've never seen it again since then. It was like pure brownie batter. There was like 14% alcohol by volume, and it was so good. But I've never seen it since.
What was it called?
Bad MF from Hell.
That must have been some time ago.
It was, yeah. It was at least 3 years ago.
Okay, got it. It's it's in my Rolodex. I don't think that was last season. Okay,
it was like pure, like I said, pure brownie batter. And then by the end, I would drink it at dessert. And by the end of the dessert, we started playing cards. I was like, holy shit! Like that's some serious beer right there.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like didn't taste. If you don't like IPAs, it's the complete opposite of an IPA.
And I think that part of the experience we're trying to invite is that I think that there is still a lot of people discovering craft beer. I think there's a lot of people who have been drinking craft beer for a long time that there's still something new to discover.
Right.
So I think part of our hospitality model is to invite people in, and I'm not really concerned if you know what an IPA is or if you know what a hop is. Like I want to get you the beer that you want to drink today. I think being able to be in touch with what it is you're interested in that moment for that day, the vibe you're trying to have. Like, are you trying to sit on the patio and press some Frozy Cups? Let's do it. Rather than being like, you should like IPAs because you know about beer. I like to let go of some of those things. And, sometimes someone might say, I don't really like IPAs, but then they end up really enjoying one of ours. So, being able to let go of some preconceived notions, I think, is an important part of the hospitality side of it.
So that just happened to me recently with another brewery local to the area, where these guys know saisons are like my weakness. I don't like a saison. I've had so many of them, and I'm like that in certain Belgians. I'm like, I can't do it. I just can't do it.
Yeah.
And then I had one, what was it, a couple weeks ago, 2-3 weeks ago, and I was like, oh my God, I like this.
Yeah.
I can drink this. So, keep trying, guys, because you're bound to find one.
Certainly. If at first you don't succeed, keep on sucking till you do succeed. Yeah.
Poo face on the saison the way I have poo face on IPA. Like, I don't want to eat my peas, Mom.
Yeah.
But as soon as you tried it.
Well, my oldest is 21 now. She's not really a beer drinker. She's into the more fruity stuff.
Gotcha.
So I keep, every time I open something, try it.
Yeah.
Try it. And she's like, okay. And she'll take a sip, and sometimes she's just like, oh, nope. Don't know how you do it.
9 out of 10 times.
But you start introducing them, and like you said, it's non-judgmental. It's like, hey, you don't have to like IPAs. We've got all of this.
It's that one time. It's that one time where she has a beer and she perks up and goes, ooh.
Yeah, and that's what I'm hoping for the aha moment sometime.
Yeah,
Haley, keep trying. So
a lot of girls will like IPAs. It's a fashionable thing, dude. It's a recent culture change. I don't know.
I think
beer went from being like yellow shit that your grandfather drank to like all this other stuff. It's like, oh my god, it's so much better. You know?
I think that there's a change in going from single, double, West Coast, New England, all these IPAs, and now your spectrum is opening up. You're broadening your horizon. You're getting more sours.
Mm-hmm.
You're getting pilsners. Whether it's Italian, New Zealand. You're getting all these different. Like it's no longer your vision is no longer this narrow. It's now wide.
Yeah.
And breweries like your Frozy series. Is it really a beer? In my opinion, yes. And I absolutely love it.
They just poured it like a beer.
Right.
Guess what? It drinks like a beer,
Right.
Yeah.
So who's to define? There's over 150 styles of beer in the world, and who's to say what is not? I mean, I know that there are governing bodies, rules and regulations, right? Totally,
Ingredients is
right. Yeah, totally get that
aspect of it. Yeah.
Who's to say that you can't, throw something in? We've had, like a tomato basil beer.
Yeah, right. A pizza beer.
Yeah, like a pizza beer. Like we've had so
moniker.
many different. Yeah, moniker. There's been so many different styles. People are just like, what's going to happen if I just throw this in?
Right. It's a. I think it was a 2022 article that Armando did with edible. I think it was Edible Rhode Island.
Oh yeah, Rhode.
And he called it.
I know the article.
Making beer was a creative art. It's definitely
absolutely.
It's definitely based on the artist and then their perspective and what they want to do. But it's like either you like it or you hate it. But I mean, there's so many different variations. So many different like hop variations.
Totally.
To use they could like grab one person or like this way another.
And I think that's a good point as we get into the next sample, which I'll let you guys guess this, but beer is in part an agricultural product. We're using grain, we're using hops, all come from farms. So there can be variances in years over different hop crops. And
plus, this doesn't like the Citra, but there are so many other hops that could be used that are different mouthfeels and different presentations and stuff. So explore, definitely explore. Absolutely.
Do you have any ideas as to what
I think this is? I thought this was a stout when I looked at it.
That's why I poured it.
I think it's.
I knew I tricked you.
It's like peppery almost in the back of it. I want to say like a lager maybe or a black IPA.
IPA.
It's a black IPA. Yeah.
It's a black IPA.
This is the Night on a Mountain.
It's one of those things too where many people don't know there's a black IPA
right
there, so
or a blonde stout.
Well, that's just it.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. So if I poured this, for let's say my father-in-law, who's a big IPA guy, the first thing he would do is like, oh, that's a porter or stout. Yeah. Oh god. Yeah. And he'd take a sip and be like, I don't know what this is. Right. It would confuse him, but this, and I know we're gonna come back to one thing in a second, but guys, thankfully, can take your time here with all the space you've got. So the mouthfeel you're able to get on a lot of these is absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
Creamy.
You get you still get the little tingle. You get the little tingle from the bubbles. You get the carbonation, but it's like silk.
Yes.
Very soft.
It's very soft. It's fantastic. But while we're talking styles, what's your favorite style?
That changes day to day depending on what I'm doing. Like I'm a beer for every occasion kind of person. So, for me, I like food and beverage, together and thinking about what I'm doing. So, if I'm just having a couple of beers on the patio, it's probably going to be like a PVD Pills. If I'm sitting inside the air conditioning, it's probably going to be an IPA, or, it depends on what I'm doing. If I'm eating food or if I'm just having a beer or two. So I really like everything that we make. I do love the barrel aged beers that we do. I just think they're really special and they have a lot of interesting
you need
things
patience
behind them.
Very complex notes.
But in this, the Night on a Mountain, which is a black IPA, the hops come from a local hop yard called Hunting House Hop Yard in Gloucester, Rhode Island. We use the Cascade and Cashmere hops from them. The whole hop bill actually comes from their farm. So this, I think, is also a great example of like challenging that perception, because if you couldn't see what this beer looked like, would you have guessed it was a black IPA?
Oh no!
Right.
No!
Right.
I think I would have said it was an IPA.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know it's
blind, you wouldn't know what
Yeah.
long or
Yeah.
black or what color it was.
No.
Uh,
Yeah,
It's a
but
single IPA.
It's a 7% IPA. Yeah. And we've done a couple of
That's good.
beers with them. Something that was really special that we do with them when the harvest is in August, early September. We will make a wet hop beer with their beers, and a wet hop is a fresh hop that comes right from the vine.
Not dried.
You can only make those beers if you are in close proximity to a hop farm, because once you pick that hop, the shelf life immediately
They're
drops
gonna
off.
die fast.
Most hops that we as that all breweries use are pelletized, dried pelletized, and then stored cold. And once they're stored cold for a long time, you can kind of use them forever.
It makes them stable.
Makes them very stable.
shelf stable.
But a wet hop has such a different expression of those hop flavors, and so it's a really special beer. It usually comes out in September, so keep an eye out, because that's a really fun one, and it's really cool because they have the beer in the tanks ready, and they literally dry from the farm and put the hops in the beer.
That's
like
awesome.
The timing of it is really critical, and it's really cool to be able
It's
to
like
do
a
that.
hop life flight.
Yeah.
We're getting you to a doctor. You'll be fine. You do not have to fly these, sir.
It was part of basic training.
Good.
It's just like riding a bike. Yes, it's all coming back to me.
They're like, go. We gotta.
One of the last times we were here was during in March.
It was the brewski.
The bingo, yeah.
During Mark and bingo, and we were here, and it was the collaboration beer between every single brewery, and the farmer was here.
Oh, okay.
Actually sitting here, and we got to talk to him.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Bob and Lynn.
Yeah. Talk to them about we were like, what?
We were standing right
Yeah,
here.
we were standing right here.
right
here, and it was like, oh, what, really? All right, let's talk about your farm. Let's talk about the hops. Let's just we're beer fans, beer geeks, and we just sat there and talked to them for a while about all of these different things, and it was fantastic to actually meet the guy that's growing the hops and everything that's going into beer.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't get any more local or fresher than that.
No, it doesn't.
And that's special.
Yeah.
Everything's brewed here. Get your hops, from not far.
I mean, just for
fantastic.
certain beers. I mean, we do a lot of hoppy beers. We use.
Oh, well, you have
I think
to.
the actual measurement is a shitload. We use a lot of hops. Honey House Hop Yard would not be able to support the amount of hops that we use, but it is great to have a couple beers that we can do with them.
And that's it's fantastic.
Yeah. So.
And not that I want to downplay their farm, but just
absolutely.
like they are a smaller farm, and that the amount of hops that even
you
small,
require,
they cannot support that because
I mean, they would have to do just like one single place, and even then it would probably.
Look on his face. Look at him. He's enjoying it.
Boy.
This one's got some funk to it.
I gotta ask though, why Providence? I mean, I know you guys started off on West Fountain.
Yeah.
Then you moved over to this beautiful old mill.
Yeah.
Gorgeous building. I mean, the space. We're gonna have some footage, guys. I promise you. The space is gorgeous here. It's absolutely stunning between the wood, the brick, the light, everything. It's awesome.
Yeah.
But
you can spend hours.
Easily. And that's the greatest thing. It's a warm, comforting, inviting place.
Yeah.
I'm from Providence originally. This is my hometown.
Yeah.
So I was just curious why Providence?
That's a great question. Our owners have lived in Providence for I think 20 plus years at this point.
Right.
And when we first started on West Fountain Street, they actually live in a neighborhood not too far from here. I actually live down the street from here as well. So when I was running a little behind this morning at my 4-minute commute,
My brother used to live down the road that way.
But they used to live in the neighborhood near here. They live in a different part of the city now, but still in Providence. And I think they had always envisioned having a place you could walk to, having your place of business in the community that you live in the community that you have, like relationships that you're building, you know, and just being able to walk to work, being able to, you know, be a part of it and be a part of that fabric, I think was always really important for them.
The downtown Providence experience.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's great because it's not, you know, downtown with all the hustle and bustle, but you're still close enough, you know.
Yeah.
And it's, you know, it's a neighborhood feel, neighborhood vibe. People walking around all the time. You can come sit outside, chill, hang out, and it feels like home.
Totally.
You know, I mean, there's so many places, you know, that don't feel that way. We were at one day. I'm not going to drop names. I wish I could. I've bashed them before for this, where we walked in the door and we felt like outsiders.
Yeah.
Like, all we want to do is come in. We love your beer. We just want to come in and sit and have some beer. And they're like, you can't sit at the bar.
Oh.
Like, what do you mean we can't sit at the bar? Oh, we're doing some social media stuff at the bar. We're doing the, well, we're paying customers. You guys can't wait or move or do this off hours. You know, what are you doing? So, you know, so we got pushed into a table. We're like, we're not ordering food. We're taking up a whole table. You know, and it was a bad experience. You walked in and you felt like outsiders, and it shouldn't be that way. And I'm glad this place
that's
never feels that way.
You know, there's like a rule in food service industry, right? So, you know, 10% of the people are going to love you. 10% of the people are going to hate you. 10% are going to love you no matter what. 10% are going to hate you no matter what. It's those 80% that you need to focus on. Like, we're walking in and we're part of that 80%.
Sure.
And you're going to, you know, thumb your nose at us and turn us away.
Oh yeah.
We're going to spend time and money, and then, you know, when somebody has a bad experience, they're going to tell 10 people. Where, like, if you have a good experience, I'm going to tell one.
I think I've told like 30.
Right? And exactly. You told 30 people. Right? So you told 30
Not gonna
people.
lie. I think I've told quite a
3 or 4.
And I always do.
Right?
Yeah.
So
I
you know,
tell a lot of people.
that's the problem, is that, like, okay, you've got a business and you want to draw people in, but then when people come in, you're gonna, you know.
I mean, I'm
And,
sure.
and I can't speak for other businesses in terms of like their footprint or where they are, but I do think that being in a city does give us that advantage because we see so many different types of guests, like the people who are traveling or the people who got recommended by their hotel concierge. Like, I like Ludlow, you should go there. Like, okay, you know, and they have no idea about what part of the city they're in or what's nearby. The people who walk over from their houses, or like, you know, we've been here for 6 years. There's a couple of folks that live like on this side, but like Cromwell, like closer to like the south side, that will like come in every once in a while. And like, how long have you guys been here? And we're like 6 years. We're like, what the heck?
We never noticed you were there.
And they live like 2 blocks away.
But never do you come in and not feel like it's a warm, welcoming, inviting experience, and it's always vibrant and loud. Not loud, but, you know, every boisterous, and everybody's having a great
communal
time. It's very communal,
you know, very conversational.
It's a great experience.
So like this place was never on like Labruski, which is funny.
Right. Yeah.
But like I've done the big Labruski with these guys for years. It costs us.
We'll have a thing up for when it is.
Every time we go to Providence, it costs us. And I know we got to go to Moniker.
Yeah.
We got to go to a place downtown that's old. And then we got to go all these places. We got to go to Longwood while we're in Providence.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know, but it's not until who cares if we're not going to come up. We got to go to Longwood.
It's extra credit.
Yeah, I mean, we always spend the most time. Usually it's the last stop too, because we do all the other ones first. And oh my god!
Yeah.
What are we like? I mean, 10 minutes by car. I mean, not even. I mean, it's a hop, skip, and a jump away.
And part of that balance is like, there's a lot of people where like going to breweries is like an activity or part of your weekend routine for people. That's very much as a part of the culture and a part of what they do. But there's a lot of people that like that's still new to them. Like, you know, there's 38 breweries in Rhode Island now. And certainly when I first moved here 15 years ago, there was 6. So, you know, it's grown a lot, but there's still a lot of people that like, you know, don't necessarily think about that as like a stop to make or a place to go. So there's still more people to find out about.
It's not a downtown Providence bar. This is an experience.
Right.
Yeah.
Before I finish the third one,
let's go.
What are we drinking here?
We definitely got some funk in this one.
Yeah, this is very delicious right from the initial.
Look at his face. Look at his face.
Can you guess it?
He's just like,
he's been 2 for 2.
Come on, man. Let's go.
I couldn't tell you that. I know this is an IPA. I think it's a double IPA.
It's a double IPA.
It's a double.
I couldn't tell.
I want to say there's
what it is in particular.
If there is Citra in here, it's very little, or there's none in here. I would say this is not
Galaxy type.
But I'm not going to be able to guess the name of it.
Well, you're all kind of wrong.
Yes.
It's a single IPA.
Yeah.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah, it's the equalaterally.
This
It's smooth and creamy. Like it's got like this creamy mouthfeel.
It's only 6%.
This thing's,
that's
but it's packed with flavor though.
Yeah.
Buddy's like,
See,
this is
And that, to me, that's what made me think, all right, this is like heavy flavor. Like,
It's packed. It's really packed with flavor.
And I picked this one because this is part of like the Long Live Triangle series. So you'll see a number of our single IPAs that fall into that Triangle series. Move Mountains, Equilaterally. Hi, James. Equilaterally. I know. We're opening soon. Move Mountains, Equilaterally.
The pizza triangles one I saw in the packing the other day, right?
Triangle slices.
Yep.
So we have a number of them. And I picked this one because I think our doubles showcase it too, but this really does highlight where we think our IPAs stand out, and it's really that hop blend. So even people who are like, you guys have so many IPAs, we do. But a lot of them do have a distinct flavor, and it comes down to that hop blending. So oftentimes when you see our single IPAs, that Mountain series or the Triangle series, it's Citra Plus. So either Citra plus another or two more. This one has Citra.
Really?
That took guts. We need guts. I'm promoting you.
Motowaker. I know. Cost is very surprised.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yes, we got him.
Yeah.
We got him. So
And it's interesting because this is where it's a good example of the whole is greater than the parts, right?
Yeah,
so
right.
Citra hops, obviously known for its like citrusy flavor. Enigma has can have a very like red berry, almost like raspberry kind of flavor to it. And Motueka is known as like the mojito hop, so it's like that crushed lime. If you were to look at those separately, I don't think that those separate flavors
You wouldn't think they would work.
there.
Yeah.
But together creates this kind of like dank,
I can tell you that
melon,
definitely
juicy.
works.
Yeah. So
I would not have.
together there's something
As
a
I
little
said,
different.
I wouldn't think that there was Citra in there.
Yeah.
You know, because and that goes to the brewmaster, having a
Armando.
daft hand, like
Cheers.
it's damn good.
Oh,
I'm not gonna lie.
no, it's
If I had to pick like a single or a double IPA, something like that, there would be what I would go for. It wouldn't be like a hot bomb.
Yeah.
That's just got great flavor.
The Triangle series, like those 6%ers are probably like majority of those are my favorite beers that we do.
fantastic.
Yeah.
These guys know that, I was never a big hop guy. If it tasted like I was licking a pine tree outside, I was like, nah, I don't want this. I've come around. I'm starting to embrace the funk a little bit more. It's a dank.
Yeah.
This one's got a little more funk.
But it's balanced. It is definitely balanced, I think. I don't think it's like too heavy on one versus the other. You definitely get the hops up front. You know it's there. You're drinking an IPA, which is a good thing. I mean, but what? Come on, you guys! Oh, wow! What the hell?
Yeah. I mean, something that we do on our menu.
Savoring.
Wow.
Something I think is helpful in our menu to help people narrow some of those things, because I think it's really, we can always give good recommendations if people are able to just, kind of give us something. If I ask, what type of beers do you like, or what are you interested,
which is fantastic.
If you're interested in something dry, sweet, or someone's like, I want something that tastes like candy. Like I can help you. That's cool. We have, in addition to the hops that are noted on the beer, we also have for all of the beers like a short 3-word tasting note.
Nice.
It's subjective. It's done by us and our team. So it's the things that we taste. So you as a guest might taste something different, or you might have something additional, or you might be like, I really don't taste the melon in that, and that's okay. But I think it does help give people a better set. It's okay.
He's okay.
A better set of tools than just like citrusy. I think it kind of helps people zero in a little bit better and give you a more accurate picture of what that beer is going to taste like.
Right.
Yeah.
And the fact that all of your beer tenders are so knowledgeable.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
To know that, like where I walk in,
Always be good to them.
Tip well. And if you walk in and you're like, okay, I don't like this, and then somebody orders something and they don't like it, at least you can go in and you can say, okay, this is what I'm looking for. This is what I like.
Guide me.
Please, guide me, help point me in the right direction, so that way I'm going to be happy and satisfied with what I'm drinking.
And then there's a lot of folks that they may be intimidated by the selection. There's so much. They may be like, I really don't know where to start.
Sure.
Yeah, where do I begin?
There was only one other place I've been to. I was at this one restaurant bar where they had like a 3-page trifold fold-out menu, and the beers were broken down by country.
Oh wow! Yeah.
So they were like, "Oh no, this is far."
I was like, I gotta go there.
Unfortunately, this is far from local. This is on the other side of the planet.
Yeah.
But it was phenomenal though. You go in and they had everything broken down by country. So you have we got Germany, and then we got what they've got. We got Italy, what they've got. Europe, and it just kept going. And you'd be like, where do I want to visit today?
Yeah.
So we would always start our night off there. And then we'd head on to some other places for, quantity later. Start with the quality. And then we'd move on to the cheaper beers later on, So
I will say something that we can always do that all of my bartenders are very helpful with and are happy to do at any moment. If anyone is feeling overwhelmed or you're looking at that 4-page menu and you're like, what the heck do I even do? We are always happy to make a surprise flight, or like if someone's just like, give me a beer, we're happy to do that.
Yeah.
And if you're really feeling overwhelmed, we always keep a D20. And for those of you that don't play D&D, that's a 20-sided dice.
Shame on you.
That's one pudgy dragon.
It's Thembashard. He must have found a new den. Did he eat the last one?
We always keep a D20 behind the bar, so you can also roll the dice.
Nice.
So there's a couple of fun ways that we can kind of break through that overwhelm.
I'm doing that next time. I'm doing it.
Yeah.
Do you also have beers that are not made here, like other people's beers? Do you guys have ciders and all that?
We do,
right?
yeah. So we do offer non-beer options. We do it through our affiliate business called Solid Gold Provisions, because in Rhode Island, you can only sell what you make. You don't make cider or wine, so I can't sell that under Long Live. We have a separate business that has the appropriate licensing to sell alcohol. It's
because we've had some fantastic ciders here.
Yeah,
as well.
and we
On
carry
can.
Graft cider from New York and Nomadica wine from California.
Mhm.
We do also have hard seltzer that we do make in house, so we do sell that under Long Live. And we make a plain seltzer base, and we flavor it with cocktail mix from Sipping Only, which is a company out of Woonsocket.
Oh, nice.
Nice local company. They change it seasonally. They deliver it to us right at the brewery. They're great people.
Nice.
But so we do have those additional offerings, and at any given moment for, I know people think this is crazy, but this is the world we live in, and we love to have the options. We have at least 6 non-alcoholic options at any given moment.
Which is okay.
Hey, listen,
you have to have it.
When we go out, there's always a designated driver, and it's
Yeah.
nice to have something for them to drink.
And that's just it. If they still like the beer flavor, but like you said, they're holding off and they're being responsible when
Right. You gotta have that.
You gotta have it.
Yeah, everybody's got
I mean,
something like that, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, personally, I mean that's like drinking decaf coffee in my eyes. But
Well, there's lots of reasons why someone. might
there's
drink,
there's a
either
lot of reasons.
permanently or
Yeah.
temporarily, and for me, I want you to still be able to feel like you can enjoy the space. You don't have to drink if you don't want to or can't, or
feel like you're welcome.
Yeah, totally. That because there's always like what we see a lot too is like you think about a workplace where someone's like, let's go grab beers after, and you're like the one person who does that. You're like, because it's like. And if you're like,
My wife.
well, and some people like, if like, let's say your coworker recommends a restaurant, you're like, okay, and get something to eat. But if all your coworkers are gung ho about going to a brewery, you're just like, there's nothing for me. And it's like, here, I got 6 things, and you don't even need to have a non-alcoholic beer if you don't want to. I have other things, So.
You just described my wife.
Yeah, there you go.
I mean, because
she should be able to hang out too.
we go, and that's just it. We go to all these places, and she's a great sport about it most of the time. She comes and she sits around and she's like, what food truck's going to be there? Is there going to be food? Can I get something to eat at least? Because, you guys are going to be drinking, and what am I going to do? Because she does not like beer.
Yeah.
I mean,
it provides her something.
Yeah. So it's always good to see, other options for folks that are coming. They can still hang out in the space and not have to worry about it.
So to keep us on track.
Yes.
For time, right? Time constraints.
As we're sipping this, I know you guys have I've never been to the West Roxbury location. How does gentlemen? Is there anything different offered in Massachusetts than
Yeah,
So wait a minute.
so our Rocks.
You have a Roxbury location?
Yes, we have our second location just opened 2 years ago in Roxbury, Massachusetts. And it's a production space as well as a tap room. So they have their own brewer up there, same as John. Most of the time he works by himself, but Armando does go between both breweries. And they produce their own schedule. So there is some overlap in terms of like certain things do get brewed at both locations.
Mm-hmm.
But for instance, we have PVD pills, they have Rocks pills.
Oh, wow.
So there are a few things that only they make. They don't get frozen cups up there, just here. So
we get them.
yeah, so it's about the same size, and the brewing system is about the same size, so they can produce as much beer as Providence does, and we distribute out of both locations. Pro tip: if anyone is ever looking to buy a keg from Long Live, we can sell them directly out of our rack.
What are you kidding me?
Oh, well, that changes everything.
Just so you know.
Do they have torpedo kegs?
What's that?
The smaller ones.
Baby kegs.
Yeah.
Oh, they are the 1/6. Yeah.
Yes, the 1/6 kegs.
Yeah,
because
six souls.
Ed has a kegerator at home.
Yeah. See.
So
Yeah.
we're making a road trip.
They're willing to make the drive.
Road trip.
Because Massachusetts works a little bit differently. So we have people who inquire, not all the time, but people who are looking for summer parties, looking for things that want to grab a keg of Long Live beer for a celebration.
Yes.
And if you can make the drive with Roxbury, we're happy to sell them.
Listen, Rhode Island folks, listen. This needs to change.
Yeah.
This needs to change. Let these folks sell their beers.
They're working on it.
For the love of God, it needs to pass. I know it really needs to pass because, we talk about it all the time where I get to go in, I can grab a 4-pack, I can grab it, up to a certain limit. But it's like I said, I have a kegerator at home.
Yeah.
I want to be able to put stuff in there. And the only local one, there's one local I've been able to find, and that's Foolproof. I don't know what they're doing, how they're doing it. I don't know. I don't care. They're the only one I've been able to see local. Yeah, I've got one in there right now. So, I mean,
you can get a keg as long as it goes through a distributor. And,
right. That's the trick.
Get it. So you can get a keg from us.
As long
in
as somebody
Rhode
else gets
Island,
a cup.
it's just a different process. But the Massachusetts, it's a little bit easier for us to streamline it for the consumer. That's all.
So, buddy.
Yeah. What do we?
This is
I want to say it's
funk to
double
it.
IPA, honestly, but
It's got some funk to it. Man.
Yeah.
Some James Brown.
Got to pay back.
It's sweet though. It's got that sweet
James Brown.
Yeah.
Like if I leave the can out in summertime too long, the bees will start to
they want it.
Yes.
And I picked this one because
Sweet and dank.
there's 2 hops in this that were also in the previous one.
Okay.
So I like to sometimes do those side by side of showing
That's
how
fantastic.
the changing of the 3rd hop or the addition of a 3rd or a 4th can really change the flavor profile. So I would not say that those 2 IPs were similar, but they do have some similar flavors because they do have 2 of the same hops.
And that's just it. I mean, this one does not taste like the last.
No.
At all.
Like this one would probably be a little too much.
This is too much for you. Yeah, I was just thinking that. This is too much.
That right there.
Yeah.
We're gonna come to it in a second.
Do you have any guesses?
Buddy, come on now.
You have like 10 to 12 IPAs on or double IPAs on draft.
Double IPAs we have a little less right now. So
we're leaving this to Buddy.
Is it a double IPA?
it is a double IPA.
It's
I got my cheat sheet.
you all
You got your
see
cheat
cat?
sheet?
Is it that
It
one?
is not.
Okay.
No.
I don't know what
That's
else you
okay.
have on
That's all right. Let us know.
It's the Hopeless
5
Romantic.
Oh, and I've seen
It just
that.
came out.
Oh,
Yep.
yes.
So you want the new
Yes.
It has Citra, Motueka, and Amarillo.
So now you brought up a good thing. You said that this just came out.
Yes.
Now, I've been to some places where I've seen Hopeless Romantic sitting on the shelves.
Yes.
Is it different from this one? Or is it just that they're holding on to stuff and they're still trying to sell?
Well, the only thing that I do want to answer that accurately, but I don't always know the brew schedule of Roxbury. So as much as I am up to date,
Jesus,
could be from
yeah.
that.
So
Okay.
restaurants and liquor stores can buy from both.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes you might see something and you're like, wait a minute, I haven't seen that in Providence.
Yeah.
It probably came from.
Because, like I said, I saw the post the other day about it, and
Yeah.
I was like, oh yeah, wait a minute. I'm like, I just saw that yesterday.
Yeah.
Dude,
Hold on.
just
Somebody's like, somebody let stuff out early, or I was because I've had old beer. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm not going to throw anybody under the bus. I'm not going to say who it was, Sam Adams. I'm not going to say anything like that. But I had, a summer ale from the year before.
Oh yeah.
I think that's more to
It
the
was like,
liquor
what?
store.
Yeah, I'm not knocking them for doing it, but they should be making sure that these folks pull their product off the shelf.
Yeah, true. In June, it's like wow.
So
It's
yeah.
That's the hard side of it too, which like speaking to like distributing as a smaller brewery is like that's where it gets challenging, right? Because everything in the tap room we have a certain level of control over.
Right.
Like
Absolutely.
the hospitality and the service that we offer, the cleanliness of our taps. Thank you, James. He does.
Oh,
most of the tap room. James. Is very
Thank you,
good about-
James.
So, like, that's all. Like all those things that make a difference for the guest of what makes an enjoyable beer drink. We have so much control of that. Once it leaves the doors, we don't. And and also we don't really, and our distributor that we work with has a huge portfolio of brands, so they can't really stay on top of it. And we have one salesperson that he's also responsible for like selling our beer to in both states. So like it is well, I can understand from the guest perspective, for the consumer, it's challenging when you see that. But the practicality of being able to be in front of those things is really hard when you're a small business.
Like I said, I get to complain because I'm buying it.
And that's fair.
So it's one. I want to come up on a couple things before we start wrap this here.
Yeah.
One, this is absolutely fantastic. I love this beer. And I didn't think I would, to be honest.
Yeah.
But if anybody, I love the fact that you guys are making sure.
No, sorry, real quick though, no nut allergies, right?
No.
I should have asked that before. It's dead. Sorry.
Too late.
I'm the new host of this podcast.
She's taking over, folks.
That's all right.
She's moving in, and I'm out. The taps, making sure that they're sparkling, crystal clean.
Yeah.
Because if you have ever had a sour beer out of a bad tap line, you will. I promise you, folks, you will never forget it.
It tastes like vinegar.
You'll never forget it. Never. I had one time. We were somewhere with my wife, and I went and I got a beer, and it was one that I was very familiar with. So I'm taking a sip, and I'm like,
this isn't right.
Something's off here. Take another sip, and I'm walking with it, and she's like, it's been like 20 minutes. Why do you still have that beer?
You're like,
and I'm like, it's something's not right here, So if you've ever been to a place and you've had sour beer out of a bad tap line, it'll put you off.
Knock me out for the day.
Yeah, it'll put you off completely. Like laid up in bed,
pounding headache.
Like,
sick as a dog. Gotta go to bed.
So
ruins your whole day.
As we're getting ready to get into this, I know you guys do your barrel aging.
Yes.
You have a barrel age series. Let's talk about that real quick.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that.
Yeah.
So part of moving to this location 6 years ago is we have some space that's next door to this tap room that we call the boiler house, and also our barrel house. So we have much more room to store oodles and oodles of barrels. I don't even know how many are over there now because there's a lot, but it really allowed us to expand our barrel aging program. The awesome thing about barrels and the terrible thing about barrels are the same thing, is they take a long time.
Oh yeah.
So you just don't always know how long they take. All of our bottled beers, all of our barrel aged beers, whether it's the wine, the barley wines, the stouts, sours, the way that we position is like they're all released to taste. So keeping them in a separate location, keeping them.
It's not ready till it's ready.
It's not ready till it's ready. So people always ask me when we release a bottle, how long can I age this for? And my response is always, we did the hard work for you.
Drink it.
Yeah. Will it be fine? Absolutely. Can you store stuff in your cellar? Totally. But we aged it for 2 years and spent that time and money on our rent that we paid for. Yeah. We did it, for you. So, enjoy it, and it's not going to go bad.
So how long has this been aged?
We've had that same discussion when it comes to whiskeys and bourbons.
Yeah.
The patience that it takes.
The patience that it takes for 8, 10, 12, 15 years to put something in a barrel.
And just forget about it. Well, not forget about it, but you know what I mean.
Leave it alone for 12 years. So if you put something in the barrel right now, you're talking about not playing with it, not drinking, not touching it.
Yeah.
until 2037. That's
Yeah.
discipline.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And that in itself is what separates
Oh my God, this is so good.
other brewers around. You guys are okay with like slowing the process down, get the perfect taste.
That's what I'm saying. You know,
Yeah.
they
Now,
take their time.
Is this barrel aged small joys?
It is. Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay,
So it's,
that's question one.
yeah.
Question two is,
Yes.
is it in bottles?
No. It was. So
Oh,
this
God.
is this was released 2 years ago. Yeah. Yeah. I know. Sorry.
Go through and buy a case of it.
Sorry.
Oh,
I'm
I
sorry.
rolled. Like, what card do you want? Like,
I don't know what magical pocket you brought this out of, but thank you for
You're
it
welcome.
because let me tell
tears of joy.
I'm
like,
telling you, it's on the nose. You get the
Oh
sweetness.
my
It's almost
God.
like plum and chocolate, and then the coconut.
coconut.
Yeah.
and-
Oh, you get coconut on the
and-
palate
oh my
and some toasty. Oh
So
my
for your
I
listeners
smell
who
the
can't see
coconut
the
for sure.
menu,
God!
the Barrel Aged Small Joys is imperial. It's an imperial stout that was aged in bourbon and apple brandy barrels,
Oh, no.
and it was conditioned on coconut, almond, and cacao. So
Oh, yeah, there you go. See, yeah.
This has got to be
Yeah, its palate ain't completely bad, right?
Yeah.
the best beers I've.
It smells like an
This-
almond joy, like right here.
Oh,
Yeah.
Like
yo,
almond joy all day.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
just like coconut. Oh my god.
it is so
And, you know,
so
I
fantastic.
usually like used to swing away from the barrel aged stuff because it was like so acidic and it would like give me heartburn like in a
No,
second.
no,
This
this
is
is
just like totally easy
Yeah.
to drink and mellow. I love it.
and I think like you
this
know.
is
if-
phenomenal.
If people have never had this style before, is I try to like really expand the occasions in which to drink this. Like this is a
Yeah.
great fire pit beer.
Yes.
This is a great like
No,
post barbecue. All your friends
No,
have
no,
gone
no.
home, and your real friends have stayed.
This
Crack
is-
open a couple.
This is I've
bottles,
turned 50
you
years
know?
old.
He's not.
You know?
He's not sharing this.
No,
You know.
you know, and like
No.
try to
I-
get
no,
on
yeah,
the
yeah,
occasions,
where they could
you know?
But like you
No,
said,
not
you know,
even.
your,
This is
your real
like-
friends have stayed.
This
Right.
is like
You know.
I have grandkids now.
Yeah.
Like that's like this
for
is
mine.
no, this is like next level.
yeah.
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 Mm.
You know, we have, you know, we both have Sam Adams Utopias at home. I've got
Yeah.
500 bottles of beer sitting at home,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and this is by far, like, this is outstanding. This is
So
phenomenal.
good.
For people
Oh.
who are curious about this type of style, once a month we do host Cellar Monday, which is a day that we release some of our bottles from our cellar. We pour
Yeah.
them for in-house pours.
Oh.
This
So
is
that's at least
beyond
once a month.
complex.
And so that's a great time because typically, if we do sell a bottle on the menu, you have to buy the full bottle
Yeah,
to drink or share. But Cellar Monday is a day where like you can actually get a bottle pour, so you can have the option of a half pour. So that's a really nice way to come experience it. So anyone who's not sure about that style, if you're not sure, comes to visit us on Cellar Monday.
Yeah.
You know,
I
figure out
think
something.
I think we're gonna have to do it now.
Yeah.
That's another. That's
we
another
just had
thing.
it last Monday,
Damn.
so it's next month.
Okay, that's fine. We got time to prepare and
Yeah.
warm up.
Yeah.
Yes, you do.
Clear my schedule.
I wanted to touch on that.
Yeah.
You guys are open on a Monday.
Yes.
Oh God, thank you.
Yeah.
Yes.
They're
not many
closed on
places.
Tuesdays.
Yeah.
Still closed on
Right.
Tuesdays.
So
Closed on Tuesdays, but they're open on a Monday. Oh, thank God! Because you know what? We've all had those
Even if I
Mondays.
brought a bottle,
Yeah.
and just poured it in the bottle.
We've all had those Mondays,
I
man,
couldn't
where
follow
it's
it.
like
I didn't have much left for us.
I get off and these guys are just completely ignoring me now, but that's okay. They're like
we're done. We're done.
So
That's okay.
see what I got to deal with. Believe this is what I put up with on a regular basis.
There are worse ways to spend a day.
There are
Yeah.
a lot
Just like
worse
to point
ways
that
to spend a day.
Yeah.
Why do you think we got into this?
just the nose on it.
Fine.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, but
In my stupid mouth.
so we're gonna start wrapping this up because we don't want to take up too much of your
That's
time.
okay. Yeah.
You know, it's
All good.
it's one of those things we tell everybody we got into this not for us, we got into it for you.
Yeah.
You know, I know your name's out there, you guys are well loved and well known.
Yeah.
Very well
But
known, like,
for those folks who may have never heard of Long Live, I was gone for a long time, and I came back, and all of a sudden these guys are like, "This is craft breweries everywhere," and I'm like, "What are you talking about?" When I left, it was
you
nothing.
were gone for a long time.
Yeah.
I was apprehensive because I'm like,
You know,
it's a double IPA house. I'm
Yeah.
not, you know, that's not me.
Just gotta come here, guys. They got more than IPAs in the menu, kid.
You know,
you need to get
But
it.
also,
Waited for years.
you might find that you like them.
yes,
And you
Exactly.
did today.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Today,
Yeah.
Colossus.
So you know
Colossus was
that-
born a new baby today.
That Citra was subtle. It was mellow.
Yeah.
I couldn't pick up on it, and it was in there, like you said. But It was very Beer Ninja, very well balanced, very subtle. It was like, wow, I could drink this.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool.
Yep. So
we want people to drink beer.
Yeah. And I mean, like I said,
and then, I mean, this hair is.
Oh, don't get me started with this. I mean, notice it's not gone yet because I'm savoring the hell out of this one. This isn't, like we say, this isn't for us. It's about you guys. We just are 3 craft beer lovers who want to spread the word about good craft beer in the community in New England, Rhode Island, because most folks don't know. And I swear, get away from your big box Bud Lights. They've got their place. Right. If it's the beer you like, that's fine.
There's beer for every.
But exactly.
I got no label.
Exactly. And we've said this a lot. You know, I've had anyway. No shame. No shame.
No shame.
But expand your palates, guys.
Right.
Broaden your horizons. Expand your palates. Try new things. Get out there. If you see it in the store and you're like, I don't like it, go to the tap room.
Right.
There's I guarantee you.
There's 40 breweries within 45 minutes. Just breweries, distilleries, cideries. There's no excuses for drinking.
No excuses.
Shitty beer.
And we do flights every day, just an FYI. Not every brewery does that. So every day.
So there you go.
All right. Tuesdays. No Tuesdays.
Well, we want to thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for these great beers. Buddy has been geeking out about this.
Oh my God, he's such a fanboy.
Since it hit the calendar, let me tell you.
We can make it work. Yeah.
Buddy's not usually the first one anywhere.
Yeah.
Right. Buddy was outside he was outside pacing, folks. Okay?
Like walking like a toddler.
You need to come out. You need to come down here. You need to try the beers. You're not going to be disappointed, I promise you. So, and as always, we're not sponsored or paid. So if we're telling you because we like it. And you guys need to get out there. Do it, okay? So again, thank you so much. Buddy's going to take us out as always.
Oh yeah, for the Greekiest man I know across the thing, really for Ed,
Yamas.
For Veronica, for Long Live Beer Works. Good buddy there. There's been 3 Dudes Brews. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Cheers. With, but cheers.
Drink local.